Welcome back to the channel. Recently, Europe has been hit with a very big heat wave, and that made me realize going outside in such a heat wave is unbearable without having some sort of pocket fan. But today we're here to discuss about the higher end of this market, something that the manufacturers like to call pocket ACs. And in front of me here today I have three offerings. One of them is actually much cheaper than the competition, and they actually promise to outperform everything that the competition has to offer. So let's go ahead and put that to the test. First, unboxing the star of today's show,
the Aecooly PM01S Cold Air.
and then going ahead and doing some tests. So let's see what we get in the box. First we have this instruction card with everything you need to know about filling it up with water, the touchscreen, both in Chinese and in English. Then we have some accessories. Looks like some additional nozzles that magnetically attach, a very small one and a medium one with a brush. Set this aside. Then with this pull tab, we remove the Aecooly fan itself. This is the rear with a mesh to filter anything from going into the turbine fan, which you can see here. We have a bunch of details here on the back. They're kind of hard to read on camera, but from what I can see, it has 40 watts of power. It has a built-in 7000 mAh battery. Then for the other accessories, remove this box. And it looks like we have a lot of accessories. First, there is this handy little sticker that shows you the translation from Fahrenheit to Celsius degrees. And it looks like it actually gets colored depending on the temperature where it's at. So for example, body temperature, 37, 38 degrees. So if I pinch this and hold, yeah, it colored to 34 degrees. Very cool. Then we have some safety instructions, the user guide, again with a more detailed explanation from the quick start guide, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a lanyard, because you can actually attach this to the bottom using this little loop here. And very nice of them to include a cleaning brush, because you can actually remove this rear section, and using this brush you can actually go ahead and clean the turbine fan and the mesh filter. Very cool. Let's put it back together. This is super easy. And let's take a look around the device. On the left side we have the charging port and the button to start the misting function. On the front here we have, of course, the outlet of the fan with a magnetic ring where you attach the nozzles. This is the nozzle for the misting function, and here we have the display with the power on button. On the bottom we have this cap, and the pull tab actually doubles up as the opening mechanism for a water tank. So if you rotate counterclockwise and then pry it, we find the water tank. It also has a max indicator for the maximum water level that you should put in. To install it, simply turn it clockwise and press it back down. As we can see, the whole design is very industrial and robust. The outside is made of this very dark and stealth-looking plastic cover, and it has a pretty good heft, but we're gonna see exactly how heavy it is later when we put it on the scale. Let's meet the other contenders, and then time to run some tests.
In this corner, the first contender, valued at $99 with 5 speed levels, the Dyson HushJet Mini Cool. And in this corner, valued at $150 with 10 speed levels and a misting attachment, the Shark ChillPill. Last but not least, coming in at under $80 with a full touchscreen, jet turbine blades, a misting function, and more airflow than you would ever need, the Aecooly PM01S Cold Air. The first comparative test will be putting these on a scale, and the Dyson comes in at 220 grams, the Shark ChillPill weighs 262 grams, and the Aecooly a hefty 363 grams because of its massive battery. Next, we'll measure the wind speed of each fan starting on the lowest level and then increasing them slowly to the max. And as you can see, the Dyson maxes out at 15 kilometers per hour. Time for the Shark ChillPill. On level 1, it's doing pretty low, and then we increase it all the way up to level 10, where we can see it barely cracks 10 kilometers per hour. And then the Aecooly, which already on its startup speed is matching the Shark ChillPill on its max speed. On max speed, it can reach more than 20 kilometers per hour of wind speed.
And now, let's use this decibel meter to test the noise level of all of these portable fans. We're going to start with a Dyson. I'm going to hold it parallel to the decibel meter, pointing at my face. And this is the lowest level. And let's turn it all the way up. Next, let's do the Shark Pill. Again on level 1, I'm gonna point it at my face and parallel to the decibel meter. And now let's crank it all the way up. And finally, the Aecooly. This is already comparable to the top speed on the other ones, so let me put it down. Now it's on the minimum level. And let's crank it all the way up. Whew, that's a lot of airflow.
Now let's do a test of how good these fans can actually cool you. I have set up a thermal camera on the right side, and I'm gonna use the Dyson for 30 seconds, pointing at my palm. If it would actually start to cool it, you'll see my palm turn blue towards purple, indicating that it's a lower temperature. But the Dyson doesn't seem to be doing much in the allocated 30 seconds, as you're about to see. It barely managed to change the color of my palm. Now time for the Shark ChillPill with the misting function. I must say all of these fans were used on their max speed, and as you can see, the ChillPill actually manages to cool my palm a little bit. It's starting to turn blue towards purple there in the middle. And running it for 30 seconds, I could actually feel a bit of a difference. But now, let's see how the Aecooly does. Turning it all the way to the max, and starting the misting function. As you can see, the high airflow speed combined with the misting function manages to successfully cool my palm in less than half the time of the contenders. If you look at the graph, my palm right now is around 23 degrees, the coldest point on the screen.
So after all these tests, it's time for some conclusions. Honestly, checking all of these out and knowing their price points, I'm really impressed to see that the Aecooly managed to outperform its contenders in every single scenario, apart from the weight class, of course. This has such a large battery that it manages to actually give you over 10 hours of runtime, which is very impressive. Also, I noticed while filling this and the Shark with water that the tank of the Aecooly is actually much larger, so it's going to provide misting function for much longer. And again, the airflow is unbelievable for a pocket fan. It literally just is like a jet turbine fan in your pocket. So while summer is in full swing, don't miss out on the opportunity. Check out the link in the video description. There's going to be a code so you can get one of these even cheaper than the standard retail price. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up.
Subscribe to the channel for more tech videos like this one, and I'll see you next time.